Hello Aquarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of July 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I will be using my original tarot deck and I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Aquarius, with a New Moon Intention Oracle card. It's a brand new Oracle deck that I just got and I'm really excited to share it with you. So let's go ahead, excuse me, let's go ahead, I'm feeling this card. Let's go ahead and get right into it and see what shows up for the sign of Aquarius. Whoa. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021. You can see here I'm kind of having a little bit of a sloppy shuffle. Now I was kind of already feeling this and the cards are kind of reflecting that you're going to get some type of notice or some type of message or some type of something where it's telling you it's time to make a change, Aquarius. It's time to move on. It's time to go in a different direction. And it looks like this is something that you were planning and you knew it was going to happen eventually. You just weren't expecting it to happen now, or should I say the first week of July. Let me make sure nobody is cut off here. So like I said, Aquarius, this is not going to be anything new. This is not going to be something that you know, are surprised at. But I do think the timing is what's going to throw you off. And when I say that, I'm feeling really specifically like this is something work related. This is something related to your professional or to your money life in some way. The Page of Wands, again, this is message, news, information coming in as it relates to work. Because it's in the reverse, this tells me that the timing is going to be very surprising. It also tells me that, like I said, you probably were not expecting this, and so it may feel like, whoa, you know, where did that come from? But the good thing is, because I see the Star and the Lovers card here, two other very powerful cards, this is something, it's like this is your lemons to lemonade moment, right? It's like, okay, let's say you're being let go from your job and you're getting, you know, a severance package, unemployment, I don't know, a bonus, who knows? But it's now giving you the opportunity to start that business or to go back to school or to do something different. So that's what I'm feeling like is going to be kind of the theme for you as we move into this new month of July. So the Star card in the reverse, again, this is always a positive card, even if it shows up in the reverse. The only thing with the Star card in the reverse is it does tell me that you do need to pay attention to your health. You do need to pay attention to your wellness, not only physical, but also spiritual, mental, and emotional. The Lovers card is another beautiful card because it talks about a divine union. It talks about a connection. It also talks about passion. And when I say passion, because we're not talking about love relationships, but I use that as a way to describe like a passion project, something that you're very purposeful in doing. And that's why I said this looks like it's going to be a lemon into lemonade moment for you, because you're going to have an opportunity to do something that really sets your soul and your heart on fire. It's something that's really going to make you happy, something where you're going to feel, like I said, purposeful, very, very driven, and very, very connected to serving people in this way. We also have Temperance here. Now Temperance, I'm not surprised to see this in the reverse because, you know, when you're going through a transition period, things are going to be a little off balance. Things are going to be out of sorts temporarily. But looks like you've got the strength and the tenacity to really follow through with this, Aquarius. I do sense that you may feel a little nervous about the finances. You may feel a little, like, oh no, how will I pay the bills, or how will I do this? But when all is said and done, you're gonna feel like, this has been the hugest blessing. My only regret is, why didn't this happen sooner? Or why didn't I make the conscious choice to make this change sooner? So I do sense, Aquarius, that you are on the brink of a very huge shift in your life. And like I said, I feel like this is not something that's going to be surprising. This is not something that's going to throw you off in any way. But it is something that you're ready for. It is something that I think you've been wanting to do, but just never quite gave yourself permission to do it. And this is definitely going to affect your money and your finances in a positive way. All right, so what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021? All right, Aquarius, as we move into the second week of July, really pay attention to your communication, really pay attention to the people around you, because not everybody is going to be supportive. Not everybody is going to understand what you're trying to do, what direction you're trying to go. I have a feeling that you're going to be explaining yourself over and over, and that's really frustrating, especially if you are someone who is really on a solid plan to either make more money, advance in your career, expand your network, grow your investments. It's really hard when people don't understand that, and they don't kind of, have compassion for you on your journey. And I'm not saying that everyone has to cater to your feelings, but at the same time, you're gonna find that there's just gonna be people that just don't get it, and they just don't understand what you're trying to do. Now, because of that, it looks like there may be some strained relationships. There may be some, tense moments with the people that are closest to you. Again, you're going to have to figure out a way to really just kind of let them be who they are so you can be who you are. You may have to get a little emotionally tough too, because the King of Swords talks about, cutting things off and cutting people off in order to protect yourself, in order to protect your mental well-being, in order to conserve energy, in order to save your money even. Somebody needs to be cut off. You know who it is, and you pretty much go ahead and do it without any type of hesitation. Now, the next thing that I see that's quite interesting is there could be some travel for you involved once we hit the second week of July. That's what I'm picking up here with the Six of Swords here. Could be international travel for some of you. Excuse me. But we do have the Ten of Wands here. Be careful of burnout. Sometimes, and I have a feeling that this is just in your nature, Aquarius. Some people, when they have an opportunity to kind of kick back, Aquarius people don't. They use that opportunity to double and triple their efforts. And I see that that's kind of what's happening here with this card, but you just have to be very careful, Aquarius, because you don't want to burn out. You don't want to overwork yourself. You don't want to, grind yourself into the ground. But your drive is definitely going to be something that sets you apart. However, you don't want to go overboard with it, okay? Finally, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the King of Pentacles talks about financial literacy, also talks about educating yourself. Looks like there's going to be some opportunities coming up for you as it relates to your money, Aquarius. The only thing is you need to make sure that you are well equipped to be involved in these opportunities. And that's going to require some investment. And I don't mean money, but I do mean in time, in research, in study. Probably taking some courses, maybe, speaking with someone who is an expert in whatever it is that you're trying to do. But just be very careful, because you don't want to, you don't want to jump into something uninformed and then it ends up costing you more in the long run. All right, so let's see what else is going on. I'm just making sure my camera's recording, because surprisingly I filmed readings earlier today and my camera wasn't on. Okay, so let's see what else shows up for a sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of July 2021, I thought I saw a card flipped over. Okay. Oh, interesting. Got a repeater. Okay. All right, so as we move into the second half of July, I can almost guarantee some of you are traveling very clearly. I can see that probably the majority of you, Aquarius, will be taking trips in July. Even if it's not like on a plane somewhere, I could see a road trip, a weekend getaway, a staycation, something like that. But there's definitely going to be some travel in your future, or I should say in the month of July, which I'm not surprised, excuse me, things are opening up again. Airlines are starting to, book, and hotels and everything are starting to open up. So I'm not surprised that you probably will be taking some type of a trip, especially because so many of us have been cooped up at home for like a year and a half. Yeah, we're all ready to to have a vacation. Oh, we got another repeater here. 10 of Wands. Okay. 10 of Wands, Aquarius. Looks like whatever it is, you don't burn yourself out. You really rectify that situation probably within the next week, it looks like. And you probably realize that about yourself. You realize, hey, I don't need to, burn out in the pursuit of my money goals, in the pursuit of my dreams. So let's go ahead and pull it back. Maybe take some time to reflect and relax. That could be why the trip is coming up. Maybe you have some time now to take a mini vacation, and so you do so. Next, we have the 8 of Wands. Now, this is a card about timing. This is a card about things happening very slowly. Now, when things happen slowly, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing, right? I do see that looking at the cards around this, that the 8 of Wands means that things are going to take a little bit longer than what you had anticipated, but it will work out in your favor. Because when all is said and done, looks like you're going to have a celebration here. Looks like you're going to be in a very good place, because the 3 of Cups also talks about positioning. Being in a position to either celebrate, to accept a better job, to invest in the way you want to invest, or be in a position to start a new business. Whatever the case may be, you're definitely going to position yourself in a way that's going to allow you to win financially. And that's really what it's all about. Again, this happens roughly in the second half of July. So it looks like, as time goes on, it's like you're getting things prepared, you're setting things up, you're getting yourself educated, and things really do start to fall into place. The only thing is they're going to do so in their own timing. So you can't control how quickly things happen. You just have to stay committed and dedicated to the process. Next, we have the 2 of Wands in the reverse. 2 of Wands in the reverse talks about future plans being put on hold, or it talks about canceling plans that were already in place. So depending on how that plays out for you, I'm getting a feeling though that it looks like some of the plans some of you may have had could have been related to the change. And so of course things need to either be rearranged, be reworked, but it's not going to be anything. I'm not sensing that it's anything major. It's just that, sometimes things just have to be altered a little bit. Next, we have the High Priestess. Now, this is the ultimate high goddess card, in my opinion. She is the queen of spirituality. She is also the card that signifies intuition in its highest form, that inner voice, that inner awareness, those gut feelings that we all have. When I see her in the upright position, that tells me that you are really on point with your intuition, and you really know if something is for you, and you also know what is not for you. And you don't waste any time putting the pieces in place in order for you to make your next move. Sometimes you will do things that don't make sense to anybody else, but you clearly know that this is the path for you. You clearly know that this is what needs to happen for you next. And remember, you are the creator of whatever it is that you're trying to experience in this life. So understand that you need to trust yourself, and that you don't have to give yourself permission to do anything if it feels right for you. Next is the Chariot in the reverse. That's a little bit of a multiple things happening at once. The other thing, when I see the Chariot in the reverse, it means that sometimes so many things are happening, it's really hard to kind of pick one, or it's hard to focus on one thing when you've got this here and this here. So you really need to kind of hone in on what you're going to do. However, I'm seeing that you don't really need to do that just yet. Maybe you can explore several options and figure out which one feels right for you. We've already talked about the Six of Swords. Like I said, I very clearly feel like there's going to be some travel, some vacations for a lot of you. And like I said, I'd be very surprised if you don't go somewhere, if you don't go somewhere in July. Like I said, not everybody's going to be doing international travel, but I feel very strongly that a lot of you will be going somewhere. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else shows up. I swear I'm seeing cards flip over, and then when I look, they're not. Okay. So let's see what else is showing up for Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of July 2021. All right, so we do have a repeater in that Lover's card. Whoa. Okay. Hold on, we've got cards, cards that dropped. Okay. Oh, this is nice. All right, so by the time we close out July, Aquarius, you are already going to start getting offers as it relates to your work. You get some type of work assistance or financial assistance here. And then you get an offer coming up. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, I need one more card for Aquarius. All right, so we got a repeater here with this Lover's card, and I hope, okay, I want to make sure nobody got cut off. We've got a repeater here. Remember, we saw the Lover's card here. Like I said, that's a divine connection. That's things coming together in a beautiful, holistic way. Also, it's passion, fire, really that spiciness, that juiciness that happens when we are really on track with our goals, and when we're really fired up about something, or we get, we book that gig, or, we get that client, or we make that sale. I just feel like there's really going to be some big stuff happening for you at the end of the month, Aquarius. Next, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. Another good card because it talks about emotional healing. Getting over, some things that were very hurtful in the past. I love this card because it talks about healing. It talks about emotional healing and release and forgiveness. And that's really going to take you far, believe it or not, as you pursue your goals towards money and wealth. Next, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Looks like work's going to pick up for you by the time we close out July. You're going to be very, very busy. Again, it's going to be something worth celebrating, so I hope you're ready. We have the Six of Wands next. The Six of Wands in the reverse talks about sometimes not being recognized for the job you're doing, or someone kind of like stealing your spotlight. I'm not sure if that's exactly what will happen, but I do sense that you're just not going to get the credit you deserve. However, you have to understand that sometimes that's just the way these things play out, Aquarius. I know it's not fair and I know it's hurtful, but sometimes, unfortunately, especially when you're working with other people, that's how things happen. And I know it sucks because I've been in that position. The thing is that you do have to understand that when all is said and done, you will get what you rightfully deserve as it relates to attention, accolades, appreciation, opportunities. All those things are coming. I can see that very clearly here. So try not to take it too personally. Try not to see it as the final say in any situation, okay? Next we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is you clearly walking away from something. Could this be the last straw? Could be. Maybe that is the thing that finally makes you shut the door behind you, never to look back. Could be. But it looks like whenever you do decide to make that move and walk away, you do so without any type of regret. You know it's time to leave, and so you pack up and you walk out. Now, this is what I was talking about here. You've got some assistance coming in, money assistance or work assistance. It's something related to your financial overall life, your financial well-being. You have an opportunity, you have an offer. This is good news as it relates to your money. Maybe somebody wants to make an offer on something you have for sale. I'm getting that intuitively. Some of you may have something for sale on eBay, and you finally get an offer and you sell it, and it's probably more than what you were expecting. I don't know, maybe on Facebook Marketplace, who knows? But it looks like an offer is coming in and it's going to do well. Finally, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Looks like someone shows up from the past. However, you're not really too receptive to this person or this thing. An opportunity showing up from the past. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. You're going to have to really make a judgment call. But I have a feeling that when things are in the past, Aquarius, you pretty much leave them in the past and you move on in a much more enlightened way. So when all is said and done, Aquarius, you have a lot of change, a lot of shifts happening. I do feel like you're moving into something new as it relates to your career. There's definitely going to be some travel here for a lot of you. Like I said, it may not be a big trip, but looks like a majority of you will be going away, will be, you know, kind of changing up your scenery for a little bit. And it looks like you've got some good news here as it relates to work. Excuse me, and as it relates to money. Okay, so Aquarius, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a New Moon Intention Oracle card. This is from Sage Goddess. It's a beautiful deck. I just got it, and I'm really happy to share it with you. All right, so you got card number 29. It's called Healed Light. The light in me sees the light in others and connects with them there, raising the frequency of the planet toward universal healing. As the light in me heals and emerges, it naturally seeks and exalts the light in all who surround me. This process is my service to the planet. Beautiful. The stone is, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this, I think it's scalasite. Please correct me. I'm open to correction if I said that wrong. And the essential oil is blue tansy for you to work with this month. So Aquarius, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.